And Jon Brain is following the G20 Summit for us live from Antalya. Jon.
Well, the G20 now drawing to a close after 2 intensive days of talks following the attacks in Paris. Let's speak to Tristen Naylor from Oxford University and the G20 Research Group. You've studied these summits. How different has this one been?
What's really significant about this summit is the political dimension, and that so much of what was discussed was political as opposed to just focused on economics.
What would you say the defining moment has been?
It was unquestionably what's called a pull-aside between Obama and Putin, where they sat informally for about half an hour and talked about Syria and ISIS.
What was so significant about that particular meeting?
What was really significant was the language that we see both of them using afterwards. It was the very first time that we've seen them agree on the need for a political transition in Syria. We've never seen them agree on that before, and that's a really big thing.
But what will that mean in practical terms? Because it's not just about Obama and Putin, is it?
It remains to be seen. How exactly that transition could be managed remains to be seen. They agree that it needs to be a Syrian-led thing, but time will tell.
Are they powerful enough on their own to push that through?
Absolutely not. They're going to need regional partners in this, and Turkey could very well play a role in that.
And what else stuck out for you from this summit?
Refugees was the other big dimension here, in addition to terrorism. Again, this is a very new thing for the G20 to be wading into political issues. We've never seen this before, and to see it in the communique, again, a big move for the G20.
It is, of course, an economic summit. Does this mean, what you're saying, does that mean that the economic factors, the main meat of the summit, did that get overlooked to some extent?
I don't think it got overlooked. I think it certainly got pushed to the sidelines in informal discussions, and certainly in the way that we've been covering it as press and as researchers. But certainly economic issues were discussed throughout the summit, and a lot of robust agreements were made.
A very different sort of summit, as you say. Yeah. Where do we go from here? What happens next?
Well, on Syria and terrorism, I think we should next be looking at the UN Security Council. I would not be surprised to see a new motion brought before the Security Council with Russia and with the United States finally agreeing on the need for a political transition. I think we're going to need to look to the EU in particular on refugees, and we look ahead to China, the next host. Quite what their agenda will be, we'll see, and whether or not they'll bring it back to just an economic remit, time will tell.
Tristen Naylor, thank you very much indeed.
Thank you.
So the G20 here in Antalya coming to an end after 2 remarkable days. Back to you.
Okay, Jon, thanks for that.